Good morning, everybody. There you are. Yes. How you guys doing? I want to introduce you all to Armand and Angelina this morning. We got after the concert last night, the comedy concert that we had last night. They came back. So I would like to introduce you. So I'm going to do the introduction now because I'm actually going to do a song, but I think Armand is going to join me on this song anyway. And so I'm going to do the introduction right up front. So Armand is an award-winning songwriter and inspirational speaker whose enthusiastic presence inspires us all to love life passionately. You can probably tell that by his clothes when he comes up into the camera view, folks. Angelina's angelic, heart-opening voice draws from many languages. She was classically trained at Indiana University and was formerly with Epcot Center as a singer. They are international performers using songs, stories, and humor to remind us now to open our hearts and remember that we are meant to experience heaven on earth. Hey, heaven on earth. That sounds like we should go into holy ground, doesn't it? Because wherever we are always on holy ground. So let's stand and sing this morning. Let's get moving. Look down and see what was given to you and me. Right here we know the power that we hold to kindle the spark so we can light up the dark, show others the way. Let them see a brand new day. We're standing on holy, yes we are. We're standing on holy. We're standing on holy ground. Whoa, whoa, yeah. We're standing on holy. Woo. We're standing on holy. We're standing on holy ground. Oh yeah. And right where we are, we've traveled so far. They've actually traveled further than us. And inside we know we've got further to go. Yes, we have now. Throw the past in the fire so that we can grow higher. Look down and see we are all that we need to be, 'cause we're standing on holy. We're standing on holy. We're standing on holy ground. Oh yeah. We're standing on holy, holy, holy. Yeah. We're standing on holy. Yeah. We're standing on holy ground. Inside, outside, we can rarely bring the fire with our perfect appointment. We can raise vibration high, living into integrity. We can help the world to see, being all that we can be. We can lead humanity inside, outside. We can really bring the fire with our perfect appointment. We can raise vibration high, living into integrity. We can help the world to see, being all that we can be. We can lead humanity standing on holy. Yes, we are. We're standing on holy. We're standing on holy ground. Whoa, whoa, yeah. We're standing on holy, holy now. We're standing on holy, holy ground. We're standing on holy ground. Whoa, whoa, come on now. We're standing on holy.
Yes, we are.
We're standing on holy. Don't you look, don't you look now. We're standing on holy ground. Whoa, whoa, yeah. One more time. We're standing on holy. We're standing on holy. Whoa, whoa. We're standing on holy ground. We're standing on holy ground. Woo! And I'm going to pass over for the next two songs to Armand and Angelina. And so don't go anywhere and don't sit down because they're going to teach you some songs.
So while I got the crazy djembe on, let's do Love is a Boomerang. The Course in Miracles summed up in 4 simple words. The love is a boomerang.
Love is a boomerang.
Everybody sing with me. Love is a boomerang. Give it away and it comes right back.
Love is a boomerang.
Hear the words that set you free.
Love is a boomerang.
You give it away and it comes right back now.
Love is a boomerang.
Look how young we are, honey. That was like 20 years ago.
Love is a boomerang.
You give it away and it comes right back now.
Love is a boomerang.
Hear the words that set you free.
Love is a boomerang.
Give it away and it comes right back. Give it, listen everybody, what's burning in my soul. Here's something you can use, gonna make you healthy, safe and whole. You can read it in the Bible, it's in the golden rule. Don't need to go to the land down under to find this magic tool, because
Love is a boomerang.
so is money, so is kindness.
Love is a boomerang.
Ha! Give it away, it's gonna come right back.
Love is a boomerang.
So is anger, so is judgment.
Love is a boomerang.
Give it away, it's gonna come right back when you wake up in the morning. Try a different attitude. Instead of drinking coffee, fill yourself with gratitude. Try loving everything you see, it'll change the way you live. There ain't no way to outgive God, I guarantee you this, because
Love is a boomerang.
so is money, so is kindness.
Love is a boomerang.
Ha! Give it away, it's gonna come right back.
Love is a boomerang.
So is anger, so is judgment.
Love is a boomerang.
Give it away, it's gonna come right back.
Love is a boomerang.
I feel an old-fashioned revival happening
Love is a boomerang.
all the way up in the hills, baby.
Love is a boomerang.
Can I get an amen? Oh, yeah?
Love is a boomerang.
Help me, Jesus. Woo!
Love is a boomerang.
So is money, so is kindness.
Love is a boomerang.
You give it away, it's gonna come right back.
Love is a boomerang.
So is anger, so is judgment.
Love is a boomerang.
Give it away, it's gonna come right back. Give it away, it's gonna come right back. Can't give it away, it's gonna come right back. Glory, glory, okay. We're gonna teach you another one here real easy. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. All right. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Like the Macarena, we got hand movements. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Yeah. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Huh. Instead of waiting waiting for there to be peace on earth. Make peace within you now. If every journey begins with a single step, I'm taking my first step now. If we are to be the change that we want to see, I'm changing myself now. Always a good place to start, the one in the mirror. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. All right, we're gonna get a little funky. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Word. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Yo, 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 don't wait for peace to come. Be the change you want to see. Gandhi said that, yo.
The unity candle, and I don't see the matches, so pretend they're, where are they? There, I thought there was a lighter up here, but I don't see it. Anyway,
It's right there.
where? Oh, le voici. Now I have to figure out how to use it, though. Again, oh, my
First time. Now it's time for the prayer, and to have it be more of a prayerful event. We have asked Regina, our chaplain for the day, to do the prayer. Thank you, Regina.
Good morning. Will y'all please just look inside and bring yourself together, and we can be heart to heart, unified. Take a couple deep breaths. Dear Spirit, we know you are here today amongst all of us, in all of us, and those on YouTube, everywhere. Some are more awoken than others. And we pray, God, that we do look inside and look in the mirror and make the change, be the change. And we pray that all the technology works today, and the singers and performers just let you do your work. And thank you, God, for everything of me.
Thank you, Regina. Now, it is time for the Unity Principle of the Week. And it is principle number 1, I think, right? God is all there is and is present everywhere. This is the force of love and wisdom that underlies all of existence. Say that with me. God is all there is and is present everywhere. This is the force of love and wisdom that underlies all of existence. And now let's bless our youth together. You are a perfect child of God, and God and I love you just the way you are and wherever you are. Now, this bright light of mine.
So let's get up and sing. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. One more time, come on now. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Woohoo!
Okay, I see the light shining. And here's to Crystal, who has the week off, and hope she's enjoying it. Let's affirm our mission statement together. Unity in the Seven Hills is a vibrant, inclusive community that inspires individual spiritual growth through education, prayer, heart connection, and sacred service. And our vision statement. Centered in spirit, we see a world transformed by divine love, where innovative solutions are celebrated and all needs are met. As you should know by now, this is the month of women's history and the month for women. So what I'd like to introduce now, one of our favorite young women, Leslie, is going to read a poem that she wrote. Come on up, Leslie.
So I actually wrote this during a service. It was when Rick was talking about Judaism. I'm not saying there's a correlation. I got a sudden spark and I wrote it. So this is called The Honeybee. The honeybee, I understand you. Starting in the spring, you work for hours a day, every day, to feed those around you without pay. The honeybee. You nurture the hive, the land, and us because you know it's necessary. You intimidate all even though you have no stinger. How can you remain calmly while forcefully gathering pollen for thee? Do the stripes on your back represent thy individuality or thy unity? I have stripes too, unfortunately. My first stripe dates back to the 1800s, when I became so tired of only sitting back and smelling the flowers. The second surrounds some signs of the possible potential I saw I could achieve. The third appeared when man fighting man became a concept so grand that they required our helping hand. Fourth came from long hours and deadly labor. Fifth came from marches. The sixth came from the hurting and all the losses. The seventh came from my struggles finally showing society that I'm worth it. I am the women that needed to be seen. My accomplishments are no longer hidden behind an alias. I am free from what has been, but keep in mind that some of the world is still having to clean up that sticky mess. I no longer relate to the honeybee. I have built my own throne. I am now my own royalty.
Bravo, thank you. And now for the daily word, Sally.
Comfort is the daily word. I find comfort in expressions of love. Speaking the words, I love you, provides comfort for an aching heart and peace in times of uncertainty. Today I open my heart to these loving expressions as a soothing balm for distress or grief. When I am concerned about another, love centers me in the truth that all is in divine order. No matter how circumstances appear, I unfold the people I care about in a sphere of love, encircling them in peace and protection. When I am troubled, I find comfort in others' loving words. I surround myself with those who offer solace in my time of need. I find encouragement in their kindness and their compassion. As we share of ourselves in kind and loving ways, we hearten spirits and bolster faith, giving comfort to ourselves and others. Comfort your hearts and strengthen them in every good work and word. 2 Thessalonians 2:17.
And now it's time for special praise. I hope someone knows what's going to happen now.
We do now. So everything was told what we were going to do today, but that didn't mean I remembered every bit of it momently, because you got to know this, we are having so much fun today. Between everybody that has supported us and treated us like the prodigal son and daughter have come home, to Ari, they have done so much for the whole months in advance, writing me emails and making everything happen. And getting to perform with Daniel and having Daniel and Paula, it's just the whole day is just phenomenal. Anyway, we're going to sing our praise song right now is, instead of waiting, no, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, exactly. And this is not cultural appropriation, this is cultural appreciation. Yaman. Here we go. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. We're gonna sha-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Every happy song has to have some sha-la-la-las in it. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, it was cold this morning, but now it's a sunny day. A sunny day. A sunny day. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. We're gonna sha-la-la again. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. All right, here comes the tricky part. Even when it all just seems to go your way, don't get attached, it's gonna change. Even when it all just seems to go your way, no matter how many times you saw The Secret, it's still gonna change. That's okay, because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Just the audience. Perfect. It's not the end. It's not the end. So if you don't like the weather, wait an hour. It's not the end. It's not the end. If you can't believe all people want to do is talk about politics, it's not the end. It's the end. No, 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 it's not the end. But this is the end of the praise song. So I believe this is when we go into meditation. Yes, all right, awesome. So our meditation is going to start with a very simple chant. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Join us if you'd like. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. And we invite you to relax your bodies, quiet the mind, close the outer eyes if you like, and allow the still small voice of Spirit to become magnified. The voice of God is similar to a sculpture. It's always there. We just have to chip away at whatever is preventing us from feeling and seeing it. Meditation is a way to let go of the noise and bring God into more clarity. It can be helpful to occupy the mind with a focus upon your breathing. The mind can be thought of sometimes as a toddler. We just want to keep them occupied so they don't bug us so much. And allow us to do our work. Allow the music now to take you on your very own sacred journey into the peace of God. Very gently now, begin to bring your attention to this holy moment, this sacred sanctuary where we come to remember the truth of who we are and remind each other. The truth that is there is only one Spirit, one power, and we are part of it. Thank you, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, Goddess, all that is, and so it is. Amen. All is well, all is well. God is balanced, all is well. There's perfection everywhere. All is well.
The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. And all is well. Let's stand and proclaim that truth for ourselves. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God, and the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well.
What a beautiful version of that.
Wow.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
I've been told throughout my life, Armand, don't exaggerate. I tend to exaggerate pretty much everything in my life. So I'm learning how not to exaggerate. So I'm not going to exaggerate about how I feel right now. I'm going to try to tone it down a little bit. I can't remember having so much fun on a Sunday morning. Now, what I wanted to say was, this is the greatest day of my life. But that's what it feels like. But yeah, this is wonderful. We always say the same thing when we come here. We look at each other and we go, If we lived around here and we needed to go to a church and we didn't have our ministry, we would come here every week.
Yes.
It just
Yes.
has that feeling, and you already know it, or you wouldn't be here. It's wonderful. It's been 4.5 years since we were with you. We all look the same except Leslie. She looks a little older, and it's wonderful. The rest of us all look. I love it when we go to places that we haven't been for a while, and they say, "You guys never changed," and I go, "Their eyesight has shifted." That's awesome. Yes, that is 2008. Wow. Who are those little kids? Why didn't you change at all? So our message today is one of my favorite messages. But first, we have to address the elephant in the room. This outfit. I got this outfit, I think it was in October of 2021 or somewhere around then. And Angelina goes, "What'd you get?" And I go, "I got this new outfit I want to wear to church on Sundays." She goes, "You sure?" So she wasn't thrilled with it. So she said, "What about if we get you some black dress pants and you wear the jacket?" And I put it on and I said, "You're probably right." And then I realized I was missing out because I really want to wear it, because nothing I've ever worn has expressed this to me as much as this right here. This is I live in here. This goes on all the time. This is what they call a classic ADHD outfit right there. Or the new term for it is vast, variable attention stimulus trait. I like that a lot better. It doesn't have the word disorder. I always say ADHD. It's a condition, not a disorder. And so Angelina says, we're going to have 2 stipulations for you to wear that outfit, if you're okay with this. Number 1, it's got to be our sermon called Getting High on God, which is what it is today. And number 2, it's got to be at a place you feel safe, because they're not going to.
People won't just say, "What's he wearing?"
They already
They'll go,
love
"Wow,
you.
look what he's wearing."
And so that's what we're doing. We're going to be talking about all wonderful ways that we get high. And we're going to start off by getting high with a song. And many years ago, when I was a YOU sponsor down in the Southeast, I also did a lot of music for the Uniteens. I realized that being around that youthful energy for a weekend, because we go to these retreats, that I was literally floating for a long time afterwards. And so I wrote this song called I Get High on YOU. So today, U is going to stand for the Youth of Unity, but it can also stand for you. Because if there's one thing that happened to me more than anything else during the 15 months that I was at home, it was I realized that a dopamine high that I was getting from my career was completely essential for me to be happy. And that's why I wasn't happy for those 15 months. Now, I have found ways to work around that and gotten some treatment and some help and things like that. But I realized the high that I get by being around you, and I'm sure that's one of the main reasons you go to church. You might say, "Oh, I go to church because I feel good afterwards." The reason you feel good is because you're getting dopamine, vitamin connect, joy, spirituality. You're getting reminded who you are. So we're really here to get high. That's awesome. So I get high on YOU. Repeat after me. Oh, I think I'm going to use my drum. I'm going to turn down this. There we go. Oh, yeah. I feel it. I get high on YOU.
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 I don't need a train.
Don't need a train.
I don't need a ship.
Don't need a ship.
I don't need a plane
Don't need a plane
to take this trip.
to take this trip.
I don't need a drug.
Don't need a drug.
I don't need a brew.
Don't need a brew.
'Cause I get high
'Cause I get high
on YOU.
on YOU.
I get high 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 on YOU.
Your little girl
Your little girl
and your little boy
and your little boy
needs to come out
needs to come out
and feel the joy.
and feel the joy.
I see you as
I see you
young and wild. 'Cause in God's eyes, you're still a child. I get high on YOU. I get high on YOU. I get high on YOU. Follow us and you'll get high too. It's a contact buzz. All right. So for me, I didn't realize how much of my daily regimen was filled up by my career. And you know, Wayne Dyer said, if you are what you do, then when you don't, you aren't. And I was kind of what I did. And I had to find out that I should use that as an extra enhancement of my life, but not to feel like this is my only purpose in life. And that's what I got to do during those 15 months of being at home. And so Angelina found a lot more things about getting high, different things that she uses to get high, which are a little bit different than mine.
Right. So I have a lot of different things to getting high, but one is I love animals, and so I find that when you like a pet dog or cat, how much joy and love they give us, and so they did a study that if you pet a dog and they ask for more, it's because they get that oxytocin. So, you know, you pet them, and then they come, and here we go. You pet the dog, and you stop, and they nudge you for more. It's because they want some more of that yummy feeling, and that's what we all want to have. And so I find that a good example of what we're all desiring to have, that yummy, like I call it giddy bliss, you know, like where you're just so happy and you just want to shout, but there's no real reason why. And so I find if I have a meditation practice, that really helps me keep that giddy bliss, you know. So I meditate every morning, and then I kind of get busy and let that go, and then I find there's something just not feeling quite as good. And so I find if I meditate every morning, I try to do 30 minutes, sometimes it's 20, but that just helps my day have that giddy bliss, you know. I'm not saying throughout the whole day I have it, because there are things that happen during the day that, you know, may not keep that there, but I just always could go back to that feeling and that desire to be in that giddy bliss.
I like to think of meditating a little bit like flossing your teeth. When you come back from the dentist and your teeth feel all great, they just clean them, you're like, I don't need to floss. But no, you do.
Yes,
you do. You want to keep that feeling. And meditation is like mental floss. It gets rid of the stuff that's keeping you from feeling good about life. All those little thoughts, those little ideas. I tell people all the time, I live with a neurotic. And my job is not to make him wrong. My job is to acknowledge him, say, I hear you, and then say, I got this. You know, I have to run the ship, but he wants to run the ship all the time. Anybody got an inner neurotic? Yeah. We think other people say mean stuff to us. Man, they can't compete. They can't compete with what's in here. So, and they even call that oxytocin the love hormone, okay? We're really love meisters. We just want to feel love and connection. And that was one of the biggest challenges for people. They thought during the pandemic, they thought, well, we've got to separate people, and a certain amount of that was good, but what they didn't also think about was the mental challenges that would happen, mental and emotional challenges that would happen from too much separation. And again, it's always getting back to the Buddha path, finding that balance between protecting us in this way, but making sure we get fed in this way. And it's tricky, and we're all learning it all the time. Another thing that Angelina and I like to do, they call it earthing.
Right. So, you know, we are always on a concrete ground, you know, in a building. We have shoes on. And so they have shown that if you go outside and put your feet, your bare feet, in the ground, in the earth, it brings up good ions in us. And that is a very positive and actually needed thing for us to feel alive and vibrant.
Yep. So lots of different ways. Your body and your mind is going to seek some kind of a feeling of high. It's natural. It's a childlike thing. We are children of God, and children want to feel high. Okay? You know how I know we're children of God? Has anybody ever read in a spiritual text that we're adults of God? Yeah, you haven't. So that just, by the power of deduction, that just tells me we must be children of God. Speaking of power of deduction, I love this Sherlock Holmes. We got any Sherlock Holmes fans out there? So Sherlock Holmes and Watson are out camping, probably somewhere around here. Thaxton. I think they were in Thaxton, actually. And they're camping over there. And Sherlock says to Holmes, he says, "You've been around me a lot. When you look up in the sky and you see the stars, what do you deduce?" And Watson says, "I deduce that I am one with an infinite universe." He goes, "No, you fool. They've stolen our tent." My pretend English accent isn't as good as yours, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, but nobody does an English accent better than Dick Van Dyke in The First Mary Poppins. Come on now. All right, what the heck are we doing up here? So yeah, getting high.
Right. Gratitude is a great
Oh,
way to get
man.
high. So, we like to wake up and say 3 things we're grateful for, just to start our day with that feeling of joy. And it's a good time to go to gratitude, but maybe we're feeling a little down, and to, do a gratitude list or something, just to remind us that we want to, we can go be down and have troubles. We just don't want to live there and buy.
Yeah, we often say that. Yeah, you need to visit your challenges. You need to look at them. You need to acknowledge them.
Express the feelings.
Express the feelings. Let that out. Otherwise, you get emotionally constipated. We don't want anybody doing that. We want you to be regular. Right. And so, emotionally regular. And I recommend a good laxative. Anyway, so thank you. And so, so that's it. You visit it, but you don't want to buy property there. And we have a couple of friends, and we love them, and they are dear souls. And they have bought property into negativity. And they have bought property into resentment and pessimism. Pessimism is the opposite of making you high, okay? It makes you feel low, okay? And so I really like to make sure that we both into this, remind people that we're not telling you that you're not allowed to have down moments. We're not trying to encourage that. That's not healthy. We're just encouraging that we always lift ourselves up. And you can always find something you're grateful for, and it doesn't mean you're denying the thing that you're not thrilled about. You're just looking at all the things you are thrilled about, because the human nature tends to focus on the one thing that didn't go right. You look at the wall and you painted it perfect and you miss one spot in the corner, and that's the thing that keeps you up at night. That darn spot, I got to get a ladder to get that one spot. And gratitude lists help remind you that most of the wall is fine. Many things are going on very good in the world. Last night we talked a little bit about the news. The news tends to focus on that little spot in the corner that's not working right, and it does need attention. But we don't need to live there and put all of our energy in that spot. And so my favorite story about the opposite of a pessimist and an optimist is, 2 things. The pessimist walks around going, "The sky is falling, the sky is falling." The unity person says, "No, it only appears that way because we're ascending." Which one is true? Maybe both. Is the cup half empty or half full? It's both. But where do you want to put your attention? I remember when I first started speaking at Unity churches, people go, "What Unity churches?" "Oh, yeah, I know where you speak." Those are those feel-good churches. I'm like, "Yeah, where do you go? A place makes you feel like crap?" And they did. Many of them did. They went to a place they felt worse about themselves and more disconnected from God. Well, I was having a discussion. Most of our family are more traditional Christians, and we get in these discussions every now and then. And they go, "Y'all don't believe in hell?" Because I was turning them on to this priest I know named Richard Rohr. Do we have any Richard Rohr fans out there? Richard Rohr is one of the most New Thought people that ever lived. He's a Franciscan priest. Okay, he's bridging the two. And like Unity, he doesn't believe in a place called hell. And so I said, this is the guy that they were talking about. Well, we get all of our insights from the Bible. And I said, that's great. I get a lot of my insights from Richard Rohr. And then they read about him and found out he didn't believe in hell, and they thought he was a hypocrite or whatever. And to me, this would be hell. Believing that my Creator, Father, Mother, God, would send their children for a lifetime of suffering because they were disappointed in them. That would feel like hell if I believed that. And so I don't want to live in hell, and I don't even want to think about it. I hear the parties there are awesome, though. Anyway, so that we all have these different ways. Now, one of the things they call them dopamine, these natural highs that we get, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, but we just like to call them all happy drugs. We've got to have a certain amount of happy drugs, and people will find them. I remember seeing a lady, we were in Santa Fe in October for a conference, and I saw a lady smoking a cigarette on the corner, and she was having kind of a down time. And I kind of pranked her a little bit. I said, you know what those cigarettes do to your body? And she goes, oh yeah, another person? I go, yeah, they give you a little shot of dopamine to help you get through the day. And she lit up. She was so expecting me to put her down. And we can't put people down for their choices of where they're going to get their dopamine. It's all dopamine. We like to watch Ted Lasso. Any Ted Lasso people? That gives us tons of dopamine over and over and over again every time we watch it. You just have to find the ways that work for you and not judge other people's ways. Okay.
Right.
So, one of the greatest ways I believe that we can get our dopamine, and it ties right into all these other things, are these unity principles, okay? Because the unity principles, everything that I read that y'all had up on this board today, to me, was just a little dose of dopamine. You know, we are one with the one presence, the one power, all is well. Things like this too shall pass. Everything is in divine order is our go-to. We don't believe in a lot of absolutes, but that one we take to an absolute. Everything's in divine order. Even this, everything. Do you understand it? No. Now, one of the things that challenges me with a lot of people on the pulpit is they will use this wonderful opportunity to self-promote. I would like to read something from the book I wrote a few years ago. Thank you. That's one of the things I did since we last saw you. This is just one little page. Everything will be okay as soon as you are okay with everything, and that's the only time everything will be okay. Michael Singer. Being okay with everything, by the way, doesn't mean that you don't have challenges. It means that you trust in divine order, okay? And this is called faith in the system. Faith, F-A-I-T-H, has been said to stand for feeling all right in the heart. F-A-I-T-H. Feeling all right in the heart does not mean we always understand everything. It doesn't mean we don't get confused. It just means that we trust, as John Lennon said, everything will be okay in the end. Being confused is okay. Thinking that there is something wrong with us for being confused, that is the problem. And then I like to quote Byron Katie. Any Byron Katie fans out there? She says, how do you know if something happened the way it was supposed to? Because it happened. Now, that sounds simple, and it is, but is it easy to know that everything happened the way it's supposed to? I'm now
Especially not in the moment.
Not in the moment. I'm studying some of Neil Donald Walsh's book, At Home with God, because as we've gone into our last chapter of life, we don't know how long that'll be, but we feel like we're in our last chapter. We're starting to contemplate more mortality, watching more of our friends pass away, many of our Unity minister friends. I'll contact them about coming back, and they'll say they're not here anymore, they've gone home. And so he has a wonderful idea about home, and he says, you know, people go home when they're supposed to go home. And it's not designed to feel like a tragedy. It's designed to feel like a blessing. And that is tricky, tricky, tricky work. But I highly encourage it if you're challenged a little bit with seeing so many of your friends and family members and things like that going home early. It's like, wait, you were supposed to wait for me, you know? But he helps me to understand that better, the concept that he doesn't say life and death are opposite. He said there is no opposite of life. Life is eternal. He said birth and death are actually not only opposite, but they're the same. Each one is a birth to a new life. And that helps me a lot. By the way, we're going to be in the area for a few days, and we have some little flyers on the table to let you know different places we are in case you have friends that are in that area that might want to come there. Okay. And enough promotion. We're going to finish off with another great little thing. Well, you've heard us sing, there's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. That's another little tool that that helps you. You're going to do all is well, by the way. I didn't want to confuse you there. That's another tool. All is well. Everything will be okay in the end. This too shall pass. Everything's in divine order. One of the things I like to feel like God is always saying to me when I get a little nervous is, God goes, you got this. Those 3 little simple words, I breathe them in. You got this. Yeah, thank you. Those are all little dopamine rushes, little shots
And that can
of
stop you with your thoughts.
Yes.
You know, you're thinking, oh gosh. And then you say, we got this.
When the inner voice comes in,
Right.
I call the inner voice identity theft. His picture's on my driver's license and everything, and he tells me lies all the time, and I have to go, you got this. Back up, buddy. Back up. Those neurotics are not in control of us. They try to be. Anybody read The Untethered Soul? That's what it was all about. The neurotic voices in our head, we acknowledge them, we listen. Ram Dass has a great saying, when those voices happen and I hear them knocking, I invite them in for a quick drink and then show them the door. You see, that's not all this resistance. Oh, I can't have a negative thought. You can. Just don't let it win. Just don't believe it. You know, if a thought comes in, I hope there's not any flat earthers here. If the thought comes in and says the earth is flat, which is there's something wrong with you, is the same thing as the earth is flat, say, thank you for sharing. I support you in that idea, but I don't believe that. Here's the door. I did get in trouble for saying that flat earther thing one time. 2 people came up to me.
So
Anyway,
Armand,
okay.
I'm looking at the time. Should we just
Yes,
wrap it
we're
up
going to
and
do
go
the
into something
song.
else?
We're going to do your song, All Is Well. Is that good? I can always tell when she's
He
not
loves to
that
talk.
thrilled about me talk. Yeah, I'm going late. Do y'all ever go past 11:30? I hope. Oh, hallelujah! So this is Angelina's All Is Well. My All Is Well is everything will be okay in the end. That's the one I wrote. This is the one she wrote because she likes to center in the idea that everything is happening the way it's supposed to, and that even when it doesn't feel well, all is well. And thanks for having us. Sounds like Daniel on the fiddle, doesn't it? Are you a little higher than you were an hour ago? Hallelujah. It's a contact buzz. Okay. And now a word from our sponsor.
Thank you for that contact buzz. All is well. Let's affirm our wellness and our abundance together. Unity in the 7 hills is abundantly blessed. Creative people are drawn to us. Fun ideas flow through us. Financial resources bless us. And we accomplish mighty works together. And with that abundance, it's time to share our blessings. This month, we are tithing to support humankind, in addition to tithing to our greater Unity family. There are 4 ways to give: Zelle, check, cash, or PayPal. If you're online, you can just click on the link below. As our greeter directs your row to come forward, place any gifts in the basket, and then join the circle around the sanctuary. If all you have to give today is love, put your hand over the basket and bless it. Now, let's sing something wonderful.
Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. I can feel it in my body, oh, oh, I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart, and it won't let go, no, it won't let go. All this love inside, we can let it shine out, yes we can. There's something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Oh, I can feel it in my body, I can feel it in my soul, I can feel it in my heart, and it won't let go, no, it won't let go. All this love inside, we can let it shine out, yes we can. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful.
Now please join us in the blessing of the gifts. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. United in mind, body, and spirit, I dedicate these gifts as they grow to bless our community, our neighbor, and our world.
So thank you for joining us today. Thank you guys for joining us today and last night. They'll be. I'm probably jumping ahead. They'll be leading a flute class. Do you have that over there? Right after service.
Okay. And right here in the sanctuary, we have some of their CDs and their materials in the back. Let's see. Armand and Angelina want everyone to have their music, so they offer their CDs on a suggested exchange basis. Please take what you desire, give from your heart, and feel free to tithe in the future if you don't have it now. Namaste. And then if you would like to support their ministry, there's a purple basket in the back of the church where you may make contributions. Thank you.
To see a list of our upcoming events and ongoing classes, don't forget to go to unityinthesevenhills.org. Sounds like you guys will want to say that together. So, unityinthesevenhills.org. For those here live, copies of the calendar are in the back. Here's what's happening soon, though. The Unity Book Club will be starting. This will be a monthly meeting group that will begin this month with Eric Butterworth's book, In the Flow of Life, because we don't want you spiritually constipated, right?
That's
Is that what it was?
right.
So join us Tuesday, March 21st at 7 o'clock. That's just coming up this Tuesday, right? Yeah. All right. Starting April the 20th, Ari will lead the new one-to-oneness group where we will dive into those who wrote about oneness and how we feel, express, and experience it. Class begins with the Bhagavad Gita. If you have the book, fantastic. If not, that's okay too. The class will meet every Thursday at 7 p.m. following meditation. It will be a hybrid class, so if you can make it, be sure to show up on Zoom. Choir. I think we're going to be getting together on Wednesdays. Who would like to be in choir? Who's here right now? All right. Is Wednesday good? I'll work with you separately. All right. So Wednesday, okay? Yeah, because it's like one of our free days. So Wednesday, and we'll send out details at a later time, maybe 7 or something. Yeah. All right. It's just about spring, and that means it's time to spring clean. So on April the 1st, you are invited to come and help clean up Unity. Stay tuned. No, and it is not a joke. No, we really are doing it on April 1st. But if you're the only person here, you've got a lot of work to do. So let's make sure that everybody shows up. March 26th, after the service, that's next week, we will be holding a Sacred Service volunteer fair. If you are looking for ways to help, this is your chance. Be prepared to say yes to your community. Your community is prepared to say yes back. Also, there will be ice cream. Woo! So there you are. You have to earn your ice cream. You do have to earn your ice cream. Do you? Hey, that sounds conditional. No, just come have ice cream, but sign up as well. Yeah, if you choose to. There you go. Is that it? Did you want to say anything about the fair next week?
Well, there'll be many opportunities to serve, and they are teams. It doesn't mean we're competing, but we're working together.
Mm-hmm.
And so do
show up.
Show up. And if you will introduce the teams during the service, so if you can't make it to the service, watch on YouTube and then let us know which teams you would like to join. And you can be a member of more than one team. How cool is that?
Very cool.
That's very cool. I did want to point out that we have cracked the 30,000 mark and 65% on our way to success. So, get those pledge forms in if you haven't done it. And we look forward to also the talents that you can bring to us, even however obscure they may be.
The board has an announcement.
Sorry.
She got bored.
I got so carried away with the money. Okay, so the board voted just a week ago to fill the vacancy on the board, and Susie Conan has agreed to come on for the rest of that session. So.
Wow.
Thank you, Susie. I know you're out there somewhere. She'll be back here in a couple of weeks, so thank you, Susie.
So your prayer chaplain today is Regina. They will be around to hold space with you. We're about to sing the peace song. Turn it over one more time. No, we're not going to do that, though. So we're going to sing the peace song and close out, and let's have some coffee downstairs. But before we do, if you're watching at home, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment on this video, and click that bell icon for notifications. And if you're here in the building, don't forget to go home and do the same thing. All right, let's get those numbers up. All right, folks, let's close with a peace song. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Woo! Did you want to do your...
That's perfect. That was perfect.
Thanks, everybody. See you downstairs.